How's it going, Endless fans? Will Curran from Endless Events. Welcome back to another Whiteboard Wednesday, where today we're talking about how to live stream your event. When it comes to events, we all want to live stream them on the internet, share them with the world. Well, don't you want to know how you can do it the right way? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So before you get started and you start to decide, I'm going to live stream my event, you have to answer one important question. Where am I going to live stream? This is known as your live stream platform. This could be something like Instagram Live, Facebook Live, Periscope, YouTube Live, LinkedIn Live, wherever you want to go live. These are constantly changing, and almost seems like every day there's a new live streaming platform. You could go to Twitch, you can go to, this platform or this platform. None of that's going to really matter for this video. What you do need to decide though is where you want to stream it. Here's a quick pro tip. Let's say you want to send it to all these, or you want to send it to multiple Facebook pages as well. Down below, we're going to link some resources on how you can not only choose and actually choose the step-by-step guides on how to do each live stream platform from Facebook Live and everything like that, but also if you want to send it to multiple places at once, we're going to tell you how to do that and give you links directly to where you can sign up to be able to do that stuff. Very, very cool. All right, so we got your platform, we know where we're live streaming, we know where we're sending this off to. We're going to talk about how at your event to get better video, better audio, all those things like that. So let's dive right on in. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to start with the simple option, which is you can just use your phone, right? We've all done this before, right? I remember when I traveled 2 months through Europe, every week when we had stories about what was happening and we wanted to let our family and friends know, we just did a live stream and, talked back to our family and did this sort of way. That's totally fine, but maybe you want to live stream your birthday party or something like that. Maybe this is going to be totally fine for you to just use your phone, especially because phones have great cameras and, can take okay audio, right? But we want to be able to elevate it a little bit more. If we're talking about doing this for your conference or, a big music production that you're doing, you might need a little bit more production value as well, and you might not be able to settle for that shaky video camera footage that you're getting from your phone. So we're going to talk a little bit about how you can enhance that just a little bit. And that's how we're going to do that, is by adding some cool tech. So first option number one, use your phone. Super duper easy to do, right? Usually just download the app and then boom, you send it on your way. Well, why don't we take that video footage and let's enhance it a little bit more, make it a little bit more professional and use some cool tech to make it a little bit better. So when it comes to whenever you're doing live streams or any sort of video content or anything like that, let's be honest, audio is number one. We're going to talk a little bit about audio a little bit later in one of my bonus tips, but what I do want to preface this is make sure that you get good audio. And when it comes to the microphone that's on your phone, it's not designed to pick up really good audio, especially if you're at a concert or you're in the back of the room at a presentation, things like that. So what you're going to want to do is grab a microphone. So this is really easy. They actually make microphones that plug directly into phones now, and they're really, really cool. And they're great for example, if you just need to capture some better audio in the room. Super duper easy to do. They also make lavalier microphones, kind of like the one I have right now, that plug directly into your phone. So if it's just you talking to the camera and to the phone, it's super duper easy to do. And they're not expensive. $20 maybe for a good quality one. And we'll link down below some examples of where you can pick these up. But really, really easy, just to enhance your audio a little bit, so then that way it can keep people around. And again, that's one of our big topics we're going to talk a lot about throughout this entire time, is not just thinking about what's easy for me, what's easy for me to use and cheap, but also what's going to actually engage the audience and what's going to keep them watching. Because let's be honest, if it's just some crappy video and audio from your phone, people probably aren't going to watch for very long, right? So now we've improved it by maybe doing a microphone. Well, let's say, for example, you're at a concert and you want to capture the audio from the band, or you're doing a breakout room or a general session that has multiple people speaking on stage, and you don't want to just capture the air audio from a microphone attached to your phone. Maybe just one lavalier microphone is enough. You need multiple microphones, that sort of thing. Well, you can take what is known as the mixer, which is what all the microphones and everything plugs into. Just talk to your geeky audio person that or whoever helps set it up, and you can take one of the outputs out of that, and they make cables that go straight into your phone. And what's great about this is a lot of phones used to have what are known as 3.5 millimeter headphone jacks. A lot of phones don't have it anymore. So now you just need a little adapter here and there. Again, we'll link to some stuff down below, but this stuff is constantly changing between different phone types and brands and everything like that. But you might want to take the audio input straight from the audio board straight into the phone, and you can get some good captured audio that way. So we've kind of settled that issue of getting some better audio. But again, you're still shooting on your phone. And imagine you, for example, you're recording an hour-long presentation and you have to stand there and hold the camera for an hour long. That can get exhausting. And that's why we invented tripods and things to hold phones. So I'm going to talk about one of my favorite ones really quickly, and that is this Peak Designs travel tripod that just kind of came out a couple months ago. I like this one because you can see how small it packs up to. It's important because what's nice about it is that it unfolds into a full-size tripod, which is fantastic. And I really like this tripod a lot. But one feature that it has, which you can actually buy separately for like 10 bucks, you just look for this specific feature I'm explaining, but if you just open up the bottom of it, and I always know I'm going to struggle with this prop in person, but what's fantastic about it is it comes with this really cool phone mount on here, and you can kind of see it on here, that essentially your phone can attach onto this, and it grips onto your phone, and then you attach this then to the top of the tripod, and it allows you to hold your phone on a traditional tripod. They make these clips, they're really cheap, again, 5 bucks, 10 bucks. Just look for phone tripod adapter, something like that on Amazon, and you'll be able to have something that holds your phone really easily on a tripod. It allows you to lock it off, get that static shot, look nice and clean. It's not that shaky footage on there as well. So got that one out of the way. Another product that I really love is the GorillaPod, which is this bendy tripod thingy mabobber, I like to call it. What's fantastic about this versus a traditional tripod is if you are going to be moving around a lot and you don't know where you're going to actually have space to put down a tripod, it's great for, selfie videos too. But what's great about this is it has these bendy arms that you can use to wrap around, for example, maybe my arm, but in this case, maybe a chair or something like that in the front, or a pole, or a tree, or something like that. Very cool. And so you can take that phone adapter for a tripod, screw it right here on the top, and boom, you got some stable footage for your phone, which is fantastic. Ooh, I'm making lots of noise over here. All right, so we talked a little bit about that. Microphones, audio inputs, tripods. Now we just made our phone footage just sound and look a lot better. Well, let's say you're ready for the next step up. Spend a little bit more money. I mean, like so far, maybe we spent 40, 50 bucks, maybe 100 bucks if you're getting a tripod too, all together, and not bad, but I want to make my live streams even better. Let's say, for example, you have a nice camera like the one we're shooting on right now. You already have a fantastic camera and you want to utilize that versus using your phone. Well, what's fantastic about that is where you can bring in your laptop. Luckily, our laptops are a lot more powerful than our phones are these days. So what's fantastic about bringing in a laptop is it allows you to do a couple things. When you're using just your phone, you're only getting the camera footage. But let's say, for example, you want to bring some graphics. You want to overlay some text over it. Or you want to, for example, bring in a big logo to take over the screen in between presentations or something like that. Well, that's where your laptop comes in. There's a lot of software now that we'll link down below that's super easy to use to do full live streams with multiple graphics and everything like that. And what you're going to want to pick up is one of these, which is known as a capture card. Elgato makes one of these. This is the HD60. And what it does is it has a little HDMI input on here that allows you to take the output right from your camera and plug it right in here. You plug the other end into your computer, and boom, you can use your nice professional camera as a webcam to be able to do live streaming. Fantastic, right? That's how you can be able to get some better footage and everything like that. So for example, if you have a camera that can zoom in a lot, that looks better than your phone, that might be a fantastic option for you. And being able to bring it right into your laptop, overlay some graphics, everything like that. And a lot of this stuff, microphones, tripods, audio inputs, can all be applicable as well for the laptop as well. All right, so we've kind of done it the DIY way so far, but there's one last DIY method that I wanted to recommend. And let's say, for example, you've kind of done this, but you're ready to take it to the next level. You want multiple cameras. The reason why multiple cameras is very important is that if you've ever watched a live stream before which had one single camera just kind of panning back and forth, or even just locked off and just static, that can get so boring to watch for an hour, for even more than like 5 minutes, let's be honest. Even this, you guys might be losing a little bit of your focus throughout the entire video as well, just because it's one single shot. Well, what you want to do is introduce multiple cameras. The reason why that's good is if you've ever watched a TV broadcast, sporting broadcast, a professional TED Talk video on YouTube, anything like that, they always have multiple cameras they're cutting to. Reason why is it adds some energy to the production. It allows you to get multiple angles, allows you to get close-ups, it allows you to get far away, all that sort of stuff as well. So you want to make sure you get multiple cameras. But when you're using things like your phone or a laptop, it's a lot harder to be able to take multiple cameras in and do all that sort of stuff. So you want to be able to pick up what I'm calling the plug and play system. The reason why I call these plug-and-play systems is that you might want to pick this up and do this in-house. And again, before you do make this option, you want to make sure that either you or someone on your team who's into film or technology can understand how some of this stuff works, because this is where you're starting to set things up. You kind of have to know how a little bit of things work. But to be honest, they're pretty darn easy to use. I taught someone on our team in like less than an hour how to use it. So it's definitely really, really easy to use. So these plug and play systems, I will give you an example of one. It's called the Sling Studio. This thing is fantastic. It's really inexpensive for what it is. And what it introduces is a very important piece of technology in AV called a switcher. We actually did a whole Whiteboard Wednesday on what a switcher is and what it does and everything like that. But if you don't have time, I'm gonna give you a quick brief. A switcher essentially takes in multiple camera inputs and allows you to switch between them. Pretty simple, right? What that allows you to do is, again, take in those multiple cameras and also other sources as well. So for example, you can bring in a laptop that's maybe running a PowerPoint, or you can bring in a laptop that's running video content. You can bring in all kinds of things. You can bring GoPros, you can bring in drone footage live if you want to. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with these switchers, and this one's really, really easy to use. In fact, you use an iPad to control it wirelessly, and I love this one especially because you can actually use phones. Again, talk about using your phone as a camera, and it streams right back to the box. So you can use a couple different phones as different angles. Again, keeping the cost low so you don't have to buy lots of professional cameras. Very, very cool, very, very easy to use, and allows you to take in things like audio inputs. Again, like all this basic stuff we're talking about right into these plug-and-play systems. Very inexpensive. I think the Sling Studio system, maybe $2,000 all in. You can have everything you need to switch between multiple sources, and you're all good to go. And you have a professional live stream, which is fantastic. Well, let's say I'm talking all this stuff and you're starting to get overwhelmed. You're going, this is just so much stuff. I don't want to buy equipment. I don't want to have to do all this. I wish someone would just do this for me. And that's where my fifth option comes in, which is relying on your AV company. I must say, Endless is an AV company, so I'm trying not to be biased when it comes to this, but a lot of times when I'm talking to clients, they don't realize that things like, for example, the multiple cameras, the audio boards, the microphones, all these sort of things, a lot of times us as an AV company are already providing it for your event, for your concert, or for your production, for your corporate event, whatever it may be. So instead of, reinventing the wheel and getting all this cameras and everything like that, we might already have it at your production ready to go. And literally, we can take all that, and all we need to do is use a simple connection to the laptop to be able to live stream what's happening right then. Again, it depends on what your production is and what you got going on, but rely on your AV company. If you're interested in live streaming and you have an AV event production vendor, ask them, what sort of gear do we have? How easy would it be for us to roll out a live stream for our event? That sort of thing. And sometimes I've seen where clients, what they do is they end up hiring a whole nother company to do all the live stream and all the cameras, when in reality, we had all of it there good to go. And what it allows you to do is rely on your AV company to help you out. Also, even if you're looking at plug-and-play systems, rely on your AV company to help you out as well. I've worked with clients that they wanted to do the live stream portion. They brought a Sling Studio in, and we integrated it into our existing systems to save them money. Super duper cool and super duper easy to do. So that's the 5 options for how you can potentially live stream. Again, option number 1, use your phone. Probably shouldn't do that though. Option number 2, enhance your phone with some quick, cool tech and some cool accessories. Then next step potentially would be bringing in a laptop so you can bring in some professional cameras, a little bit extra graphics, things like that. Next option would be getting a plug-and-play system like a Sling Studio to be able to take multiple cameras and graphics and everything like that all in as one. And then the 5th option is going like super professional and relying on your AV company to be able to help you out as well. So that's all the different options you have. So, but before you leave, I wanted to inject some bonus tips for you guys, because far too often do we hear about all the tech, we want to talk about the apps and all the cameras and things like that, but we don't talk about the basics and the strategies when it comes to this. So, bonus tips for you guys. First one is related to hardwired internet connection. That we've done so many videos and content on this, but if you're doing a live stream, I consider that a critical must-have thing that cannot go wrong, mission critical piece of your event. If the internet goes down while you're live streaming, you don't have a live stream. So what I recommend you do is always have your internet connection hardwired in to however you are doing your live stream. If your phone allows you to hardwire it in for internet, do that. If your plug-and-play system does, do that. If your AV company has the option to do it, do it. You want to make sure it's hardwired. Reason why? 2 things. First of all, hardwire, way more reliable. You don't have to worry about wireless interferences, the wireless network going down, anything like that. that can be really freaky. The second thing as well you want to ask about is making sure that this internet connection is on a dedicated network. Reason why that's important is, let's say, for example, the internet and the Wi-Fi is going fantastic when no one's in the venue. Now 1,000 attendees show up and they all connect to the Wi-Fi. It cripples the internet connection and makes everything super slow. If it's shared with the main internet connection for the event as your live stream and it's not dedicated, your live stream is going to have issues as well. Don't want that to happen. Let's not make that happen. So, and we'll link down some more information about internet and some suggestions that we have as well. Next thing as well, I talked about audio quality, and I can't beat this one with a horse enough, is don't sacrifice your audio quality. There's been studies, imagine all the times where you've watched video, you can only watch video, even if it has 4K, crispy, amazing transitions, but if it has bad audio, you're tuning out. You don't want to listen to that anymore. However, if you have bad video with good audio, people are more likely to listen. Maybe they might minimize it and not look at it as much, but at least they're going to stay in tune and at least listen to what's going on. Don't ever sacrifice your audio quality. Make sure it's fantastic. You know, I don't care if your phone has the best camera in the entire world. If it sounds bad, people are going to tune out. And last but not least, this one's really to audience engagement, and we're going to link down below. We have like 100 articles on audience engagement, but engage your audience when it comes to this live stream. No one wants to sit down below and not get feedback, not be interactive and everything like that, right? Gone are the days of just watching TV. Now everyone wants to be able to choose your adventure and do all these crazy things like that. So one of the easiest tips I can have if you are doing a live stream is just acknowledge your audience. So like right now, hey viewers, how are you doing? I know you're there. You know, far too often when I see live streams, it's a camera in the corner, people do their presentations, they get off stage, and it's just like the camera was in the corner. They're like a fly on the wall and everyone's bored. No one wants to feel that way. Look at the camera and say, hey, we want to just give a shout out to all of our live stream audiences. In fact, I see some of our attendees out there. Hey, Maria. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Joey. How are you guys doing out there? They feel like you're talking to them and they feel 100% engaged with it. Figure out ways that you can do, you know, audience engagement softwares. You can do things like build out chat systems so attendees can talk to each other. People don't want to just watch content anymore. They want to engage with it. So, that's 3 bonus tips on top of the 5 options that you have for how to live stream your event. Again, we're going to link a ton of resources down below, so go check all of those out on how to do this a little bit more. My name is Curran. I want to know in the comments, how are you live streaming your events? What's the best live stream you maybe seen? Why was it special? Leave us a comment down below with what you think. And as always, if you enjoyed this content, you want to know more about events and event technology and all this cool stuff, subscribe. All that sort of things. My gosh, I am losing my mind because I've just dumped so much knowledge on you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you guys next time on Whiteboard Wednesday. Peace.